And with his passing, so dies the last chance for the emancipation of three-legged dogs. Now on to our feature story, mankind's fiery and terrible demise, the threat from space. Will a rogue planet destroy our world when the Mayan calendar ends during the winter solstice of 2012? Para-archaeologist Neville Chambers thinks so. In his new book, Unlocking the Itzamna Code, How Ancient Mayan Astronomy Foretells Our Megadawn, he claims that the world will meet its end on December 21st, 2012. He's with me in the studio now to discuss why all human endeavor is ultimately futile. Thank you for being here, Neville.
Thanks, Mark.
Joining us via Action 9 satellite link to weigh in on this discussion is Vivian Mangrove, Assistant Professor of Astronomy at the University of Spuzzum, and Pollux Procyon, my astrologer.
While I can't agree with the theme of today's discussion, it is nice to see the media paying attention to astronomy during the International Year of Astronomy.
The International Who of the what now?
Mars is in retrograde for you, Mark, but in the face of adversity, you will endure.
Thank you, Pollux. Now, Mr. Chambers, in your new book, you go into great detail as to how the world will be pounded into so much fine space dust by a rogue planet. Please elaborate.
Well, Mark, it's a well-known fact that the Mayans kept an exceptionally accurate calendar, but it ends suddenly in 2012. Why? Did some Mayan astrochronophilologist look up from his notes one day and say, well, I've calculated out all the dates and holidays for the next several thousand years, screw it, I'm going for a curry? Or was it something more sinister? Did he foresee a catastrophe from beyond the stars?
Based on the synopsis of your book, I'm putting my money on the curry.
Using my highly scientific calculations, I have determined that a rogue planet named Hyperion has escaped from the Andromeda Galaxy and will impact Earth in the early afternoon of winter solstice 2012. Not only will this obliterate all life on the planet, it will make Christmas shopping for that year completely unnecessary. If you want any holidays that year, I suggest you convert to Judaism.
Fascinating. Pollux?
Well, according to my star charts, December 2012 is not going to be a good month for you.
They never are. It's my mother-in-law's birthday.
Precisely. Your mother-in-law's birthday and annihilation from beyond the stars? I suggest you proceed with caution and make deals with Virgos while you can.
Excuse me, may I interject with some actual science? While astronomers do theorize that a collision between the Earth and a Mars-sized object in the early solar system was how the moon was formed...
Aha! So you don't deny our space ruin is imminent.
Observations have detected no such object, and if one was to try and enter the solar system, it would be quickly ejected by Jupiter's gravity. In addition, if a ninth planet was traveling towards the Earth, we would have either observed it directly or through its gravitational influence on other planets.
I think you'll find that NASA has been covering up the existence of Hyperion. Astronomers' rejection of Pluto as a planet is part of the reason they will not recognize Hyperion.
Intriguing. But the real question is, if a planetoid death missile is headed into our galaxy, how will it affect my horoscope until 2012?
Well, Mark, depending on its course, it could be very good for you. If it rises in Uranus, for example, that would greatly increase your chances of negotiations with an Aries. And that could mean a promotion.
Wait a minute here. Before they were discovered by astronomy, astrologers had no knowledge of Uranus, Neptune, or Pluto. And considering that astrology worked, or rather did not work, just as well before this knowledge, how can you possibly put any faith in these predictions for a mythical ninth planet affecting your job chances? What would be the difference if it charted in Jupiter instead?
Well, in that case, this would be an excellent time to turn your attention towards money matters. Now, things could be a little tricky with a Gemini, but I think you'll find dividends pay off greatly with a Libra.
Oh, my bank manager's a Libra.
Excuse me, but you have to remember that everything we do is still ultimately pointless. Hyperion will totally destroy all life on the planet, rendering pursuits such as your promotion, Mark, or my soon-to-be ex-wife's bid to keep both the house and the summer cottage completely futile.
Right.
So what you're saying is that regardless of my horoscope, the world will end in 2012.
Exactly, so it's best not to make any long-term plans, such as suing me for the profits of my books, Deborah.
Is he a Capricorn? With the moon rising in Venus, you could be experiencing a lot of negativity from Capricorns today, Mark.
Oh, good grief. There are plenty of ways an intergalactic event could wipe out mankind. An asteroid could collide with the Earth, causing a mass extinction like the one that wiped out the dinosaurs. Or a nearby supernova could bombard the Earth with high-energy gamma rays, destroying the ozone layer and leaving the Earth unprotected from UV radiation. Finally, the sun is getting brighter as it ages, and that brightness means heat. In a couple billion years, the sun will raise the temperature of the Earth high enough that a runaway greenhouse effect will boil away the oceans, turning the Earth into an arid cemetery planet. Besides that, we're all going to die sooner or later. Stop worrying about it.
Precisely. Human enterprise is meaningless and ultimately irrelevant. Meaning, Deborah, you'll never get a dime out of me in alimony.
Well, thank you, Mr. Chambers and Ms. Mangrove, for that interesting and extensive look at the many ways the heavens could kill us all. I'm Mark Dawson, and this has been Action 9 News.
You know, if a comet were to strike the Earth, entering from Neptune, then that could be really good for your health outlook, Mark. You may even be able to get that erectile dysfunction looked at.